All right. Hey guys. Not sure what's going on with my Xbox. I think I'm going to restart my Xbox. But I'm here. I've been here for a few minutes, but yeah. I don't know why it's being all weird, wonky today, but you know. Give me one sec. Okay, Madden should be fine. I don't know what just happened. It was being a little bit weird for a moment. Wouldn't that be terrible? My disc was like scratched or something. Okay, so it should be good. What's going on, everybody? There we go. Okay. So with that being said, we got everything set up. And I chose to not do full screen. This way you guys could see the chat. This had some replay value. You get to see my face. All of that. So I made the layout absolutely myself. I make all my graphics in general. So you know, it's cool. It takes a lot of time, but it's worth it. Jokes on everybody else because I didn't fill out a bracket. So, Michigan State didn't ruin anything for me. Yeah, Trey Walker's death is really sad, and motorbikes are scary, man. What's up, outside slider? And hello from Germany. Wesley B, welcome. I mean, that's just fantastic. I love you guys. You're all awesome. Yes, this is going on YouTube. I don't know when exactly it's going on YouTube, but it'll be going up on YouTube. And the main reason that I decided to put this layout together was so you guys could read the chat when I'm playing it back. That way you guys can kind of get an idea of what's going on. I think that's pretty... That way, when I'm talking in the chat, you guys aren't just completely lost. I think that's the point. So, yeah. So, with that being said, I can't say hi to everybody, but hello, everybody. You know how it goes. Yes, oh my god, YouTube. Josh, just call me Andre. Call me Swami, call me Andre, whatever you want to call me, I'm fine with that. But this way, you guys, if you can't watch the stream live, you can always go back and you'll be able to watch the stream this way, and you'll be able to see the chat. Kind of like how they added that new replay chat. I want to do the same thing. So, I don't know. I think this is pretty cool. So we're going to take a look at the team, and then I'll show you. Then I'll talk to you guys about that because I don't want to make this too long. It'll be long enough anyway. Swamdre. One of my old nicknames was, one of my old gamer tags was Condre West. It was a whole rapper theme. My friend was Snoop Dawes. His nickname was Dawes. So, Snoop Dawes, I was Condre West. Dr. Dre HD, still my normal whatever. So, Jags have made some good moves. Number one target in free agency. I don't know yet. I don't know who's in free agency at the moment. What's going on, everybody? Yeah, Dundreka Smith should be a pretty high overall, I'm assuming, at the moment. But if you guys want to just take a look, I'll take a look at the Madden tab underneath the video player. This will break down pretty much everything that you're going to be seeing for the stream today, and pretty much everything that'll be in the Madden streams in general. which is kind of the point. So we'll see what we do, but I'm excited to get this going and voted on by you guys on Twitter, and it's something that I'm really looking forward to doing. As you can see right here, I have a cap. It currently says Greatest Grandpa on it. You guys can read that. It is filled with 17 pieces of paper. Those 17 pieces of paper, each one has a week number on it, weeks 1 through 17. And with that, that means that you are going to watch as we draw our schedule. So the way this is going to work is pretty simple. I'm going to outline it, and then we're going to jump right into it. So first off, we're going to be doing 8 games a season, and we're going to be able to play more seasons. So there's about 22 weeks before Madden 17 comes out. So instead of doing 16 games and doing 2 seasons, we're going to do 8 games and get up to maybe 5 seasons in, which would be awesome. Which means that we're going to get to the point where we're going to be having to re-sign Nate Hill and all those guys. It's going to be really cool being able to do that sort of thing. I'm looking forward to doing that. In terms of the scheduling, 8 games a season, we're going to pick it randomly. And we have a redo in that hat. We get 1 redo, so if there's any games that we really want to play, any games we really don't want to, we can do that. It also kind of nullifies my ability to play the game because it makes it a little bit more difficult. You have to have a really good team to do well. So with that being said, yes, it is exactly the same as the Lions schedule. Basically, that's the strategy I'm doing. And this way, you guys get, for the future, as of Madden 17, you'll be getting 10 seasons instead of 5 or 4.5 or whatever it is. So the implementation's fun. You'll see as we go along, and then I'll outline it to you guys later. But that was just the overall premise. Throughout the stream, I'm going to be breaking it up a little bit just so I can do that for video editing purposes a little bit. And oh yeah, that's another thing. I do want I want more injuries and more organic injuries, not the quarterback injuries that always keep happening. So I can actually lower that slider a little bit in terms of injuries and get more realistic injuries across the board because we're going to have real injuries throughout the season. So at the moment, yeah, it's basically 8 games, but I'll show you guys the stats for the other games that we sim, and that way you can do that. So with that being said, let's take a look at the roster, and then we'll go from there. I'm not in a library. I'm in my grandma's study because I've been staying with my grandparents for a while as my grandma's recovered from a broken lower leg. I've been here, so I haven't been home in about a month and a half. I've been there, but I haven't been there. So we've been staying here. So that's actually wallpaper behind me, if you guys are curious. But all right, let's do this. So Bryce Petty and Nick Foles are the 2 quarterbacks on roster right now. Elgin Armstead, Amir Abdullah, and Duke Johnson are the running backs. Bruce Miller at fullback, Kris Arnold, Nate Hill, Charles Johnson, Jeff Janis, Rashad Green, and Derwin Taylor. My grandma's doing pretty well. She's already up to walking a bit, which is fantastic. Bernie Lauderdale, Kobe Fleener, Terrence Harper, Alex Boone, Josh Wells, Brendan Williams, Freddie Young, Brandon Thomas, AJ Cann, Dorsey Kilgore Pearson, Christian Reeves, TJ Clemmings, Eric Armstead, DeMontre Harmon, Marlon Doyle, Daniels, Carradine, Casey Drake, Ian Williams, Sadale Hunt, Carl Davis, Aaron Lynch, Navarro Bowman, Jawan Carey, Eric Reed, and RJ Russell, Dallas Austin and Brandon Watts, Darius Moats, JT Ogletree, Tyler Gordon, and Le'Veon Duncan, Malcolm Jenkins, Jimmy Ward, Aaron Norwood, Antoine Bethea, Jamal McNeal, and Jaquiski Tart with McManus and King to round things out. She broke the bottom at the point where her leg connects to her ankle. It was a compound fracture. So she's had a lot of stuff. And the copyright stuff is not fixed, which, yeah, I want to do this. I don't want to wait. So just keeping that in mind. But with that being said, we are currently in a spot where we're going to take a look at the re-signed players. We have 15 players that we need to address. And the only one that I said we're not bringing back guaranteed is Daniel Kilgore. So basically, we are going to have a lot of roster spots open up. I'd like to bring back the lower level guys because I think they're more important. Antoine Bethea, we're not bringing back. He was just a flyer that we wanted to have for the team for a little while. Yeah. Any intriguing prospects? Yes, there are actually a lot of them. We'll get to that in a little bit, though. We're definitely going to be looking at quarterbacks in the draft. But Brandon McManus is going to be the first player that we're going to try to get. 13 mil over 4 years. We'll offer him a good amount of money. We can always tag him because he's probably going to be the one that we're going to franchise tag if he doesn't accept that. And the answer is he did not. So we're going to franchise tag that later. Brandon Thomas, not that good. Not going to bring him back. I do like AJ Cann. What do you guys think about Bruce Miller? Yay or nay on bringing back Bruce? I like Brucey. We're going to be drafting. We're going to be looking at various offensive linemen. But do you guys want Bruce Miller back? I'm going to sign him back. 2 years, 3 years, 2.5. That's nothing. Give him a little bit of a signing bonus. Yeah, we'll sign Brucey back. If he doesn't want to sign, he doesn't. But wow, he didn't want to come back. Okay, well then we're going to find a new fullback, which is kind of crazy. First time we've had to do that. AJ Cann, I'd like to bring back. Yeah, we're going to give him some real money. Oh, one of the things that I did starting with my Lions franchise, which is patron only, is that I decided to pull up actual contracts and base contracts around that, not overall. So, yeah. Jimmy Ward, we're not bringing back. Okay. DeMontre Harmon, he's 24 years old. He's someone I'd like to bring back on a futures contract. We'll give him 1.35. The audio should be ahead just by a little bit. I don't have a way currently to fix that, so I'm going to try to... maybe the buffering will help a little bit. We'll see. Maybe that will help. But if it doesn't, it doesn't. All right, Hunter, go take your shower. We'll see you soon. Yeah, we'll make some cuts, but this is just the free agent re-signing. DeAndre Pearson I want back. Definitely want him back. 4 years. Good player. Young player. Like to have him as a backup center. See what he does about that. I really enjoy Martellus Bennett to the Patriots. It makes me happy seeing him there. Drake, not interested. He really didn't do much for us. Wasn't any impact player when he was on the field. I think Honey Badger got franchise tagged again. Brennan Williams, yeah, maybe. Janice, I don't know. He doesn't want much. I think we can offer him a decent contract, and we'll see. He'll compete for a roster spot. He's not that good. Yeah, players who have accepted don't show up anymore, so I'll get to that in a minute. We're not bringing back Nick Foles. That's a guarantee. Duke or Abdullah, I'd rather not bring back either of them and try to sign someone in free agency in the draft. I'd rather... I don't think that either of them are good enough to be constantly behind them as behind Elgin as a running back. And I'm going to bring back Brennan Williams. Nick Foles is not coming back because we're going to be drafting 2 quarterbacks, most likely. We can always bring back Duke. We're just going to let him hit free agency. Brennan Williams didn't want to come back. No Drake, no Duke, no Foles, no Abdullah, no Ward, no Thomas, no Kilgore. And we're going to tag Brandon McManus at 3.7 mil cap hit. That's nothing. That's perfect. Okay. So, there we go. We franchise tagged McManus. Bruce Miller rejected our offer. We brought back Cann, Harmon, Janice, and Pearson, and Brennan Williams said no. There are no first-round quarterbacks this year. I'll show you that a little bit later. But Abdullah, we'll see about him. I don't love him. I don't think he fits all that well on our team, and he had some good moments, but I think that was more of our offensive line. Bryce is going to compete, but he's probably not going to be anywhere near the starting spot. So, with that being said, we are going to advance on to stage number 2. Yeah, we have 52 mil in cap room. It's a lot of money. Mac Truck Kenny. He'd be awesome. What's up, San Jose Ara? All right, so let's see anybody else. One of the players that we're definitely going to get rid of is going to be... we're going to keep Charles Johnson just in case, but we're cutting Kobe Fleener. We can trade him away. We can try. Any team need a tight end? You know what? We can package Fleener into a deal later. I like the sleeves on Kris Arnold, honestly. I really do. It's the Packers should sign Jared Cook? Yeah, absolutely. You didn't miss much. We just missed out on getting back Bruce Miller. We franchise tagged Brandon McManus, our kicker, because he did not re-sign with us, which kind of sucks. Any draft news? Draft stories? No, we already looked at those. I'm not going to trade him for a pick. I'm probably going to move up with a pick for him. I'm probably going to keep Charles Johnson and maybe cut him in the preseason if we don't have a good spot for him. But yeah, I have the chat in two separate windows. If you guys see that I'm talking to somebody who's not popping up on the chat, that means that they are in the VIP only chat. And oh my God, Alshon Jeffrey. Wow, there's some real talent in this free agency class. Ziggy Ansah, Marshawn Lynch, Laurent, who? Huh? Who the hell is that? Laurent Duvernay Tardif. I don't know. Why have I never heard of him? Okay, so let's just... I'm not going to look that way. I'm going to look through positions. Okay, Blake Bortles is here. Not bringing him in. Too inaccurate. Derek Carr is here. Wow. Mettenberger, Alex Smith, Stafford, McCarron, Colt McCoy, Garoppolo. These guys want a little bit too much money for my taste. Charles, Lynch, Forsett, Vereen, Lamar Miller. Ooh, Lamar Miller, though. That would be a cool player to have. Splitting reps. What's McKinnon's speed look like? 93. I'll show you guys my picks in a little bit. We have the 3rd pick and the 27th pick. No second rounder. And I think 3 third rounders. Devonta Freeman. Good players so far. Fullback. Anthony Sherman, Bruce Miller, Darrell Young, Kuhn, Deontay Jackson. Deontay Jackson, if you remember, we brought him in for a little while last year. He's a good player. I'd probably give him a deal. $1 million for 2 years? Why not? Hayne doesn't really fit with us as a power back. I don't know. I don't particularly want a power back on the team. Ooh. Okay, Martavis Bryant, though. Martavis Bryant, though. If I could throw Martavis Bryant on the left with Arnold in the slot and Hill on the right, it doesn't matter who our quarterback is. Alshon's going to want way too much money. I mean, look at that. He wants way too much. Great player, but too expensive. Yeah, Edelman's a free agent. He's probably just testing the market. He's not young. He's a really slow wide receiver at the moment. Devontae Adams. Look at that 98 catch in traffic. Kelvin, not fast enough. Allen Robinson's too slow. Jarvis Landry, we don't need him. Brandon Cooks, 95 speed, another good player to put on the outside if we wanted to. 5'10", someone to look into. Kenny Stills, not bringing him in again. Tight end, Orson Charles, Ladarius Green, Eric Ebron. Let's keep looking. Nate Solder, Jake Matthews, Greg Robinson. Solder with that 91 pass block, though. Wait, was Tavon Austin there? If Tavon Austin was there, I really wanted to take him and put him as a running back. No, I don't see him. Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, Alvin Bailey's a 99. That's incredible. That 94 run block, 90 pass block, 95 awareness, 27. Laurent Duvernay Tardif. Lael Collins. Gabe Jackson. Bodine, Richburg, Stork, Watt, Mangold, Trey Turner. Do you guys see this? $99, $99, $99, 74 impact. That impact blocking is the only thing that really is worrying. None of these guys have good impact blocking, actually. That impact blocking is really important. I don't know why they don't have any of them have any good impact blocking. What's Alvin Bailey's? 76 now. Yeah, none of them do. Trey Turner might be the play. Okay, look at right tackle. Ricky Wagner's here. Michael Bennett, Mario Williams, Timmy Jernigan, Derek Wolfe, William Hayes, Roy Miller, someone who could always be a good nose tackle. Jabal Sheard. He fits our scheme, eh? I'm just going to look through the rest of the players first, and then we'll evaluate. Okay, Earl Mitchell. Not bad. Rashid Hageman, Steve McClendon. McClendon's that classic nose tackle for you, but not strong enough. Show me what you got, Raji. Show me what you got. What? Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. Okay, we're back up. I don't know what just happened. I think that's on Twitch's end because I currently have 0 dropped frames. So, I know that's not on my end. Thank you, OBS. No, Tyler Gordon's not going to get cut. Preston Brown. Wow, that tackling, though. Darrell Washington, Avery Williamson, Ryan Shazier. We don't need him, but he's pretty good. I don't know what positions we're exactly targeting yet. I just want to look and see who's available first. Okay, Brandon Graham, not bad. Paul Kruger, he fits us. Good rotational pass rusher. D. Ford also fits us. Okay, corner, Werner, Shields, Hall, Verrett. Ooh, Jason Verrett. McCourty, Kwan, Bradley Roby. Glover Quinn, Dre Kirkpatrick. Trey Boston. Yeah, D Ford is really not a good tackler. Will Hill, George Iloka, Shamarko Thomas, Graham Gano, Catanzaro, Colton Schmidt. Okay, so now we did that. What we want to do is, I just want to make a point. We don't know who's currently in free agent. The draft is not very deep we don't know how fast all the running backs are. So while I'm tempted to go after someone like Lamar Miller, I don't think it's worth the money. I mean, Miller's fine and all, but at 27 years old, I'd rather not. Martavis Bryant is exactly someone who we want. That's definitely someone that we're going to put money into. So Martavis, 91 speed, 92 route running, 92 catch in traffic. He's a player that we want. So we're going to offer him a good contract. But what I'm going to do is, over the cap, I'm going to compare with other wide receiver contracts. All right. So let's take a look at some average per year. He would easily be in the top tier. I would say that someone like Martavis Bryant probably would be in the $7 to $10 million range. I'd say like 8 years. Probably 8 a year. Guaranteed money around $3 million a year. So we're going to sign him to a $36 million deal over 4 years. I'll put him at 9 a year. We'll make it a little bit lower. 32. And we're going to give him how much guaranteed on most of these deals? Total guaranteed. Percent guaranteed. About $4 million per year for some of these guys. A signing bonus of $10 million. No, that's too much. $9 million. $8 million. Okay. $40 million total over 4 years. 26. Okay. There we go. That should be the amount for Martavis Bryant. That should be his actual value. It's been years since he's failed a drug test, so that's the bonus for him. Signing bonus of $90 million. Yeah, that would be just awful. Okay, so that's a good start to it. Bortles, I don't really want to go after Bortles. I don't trust his accuracy. Where am I getting these numbers? I'm on overthecap.com. I'll drop that into both chats, overthecap.com, and I'm looking at their overall salaries and all of that jazz. So Bortles is not on the radar as someone who I want to bring in. I just think that for the amount of money that he'll demand, which is going to be too much, I don't want to deal with that. So next up, especially because we're going to have to be looking at more players in the near future. Let's see, Eric Ebron. He's been a bit disappointing so far in his career. Not great route runner, not great catching. I'm not going to go after him. David Ausberry, even worse, obviously. I'm getting lower. It's up peak. But, I mean, Orson Charles is not great. I don't know. No, I'm not going to look at Kuhn. He's too old. He is 35 at this point. So, just not worth it. I'd rather go young. I probably will go look at both quarterbacks. I did. I offered Martavis Bryant a 4-year deal with a total of $34 million and $26 million in base, $8 million signing bonus. So, trying to keep that pretty realistic. I didn't see Ladarius Green. Oh, there he is. Ladarius Green, 89 speed, 82 catch. You know what? That might be a good player to throw alongside with to replace Kobe Fleener. Even though, you know what? No, I don't want it. I don't want to spend money on a tight end. For the amount that he's going to be getting paid versus difference, it's not worth it. And yeah, the guaranteed money is pretty much the signing bonus, at least in this. Not positive, the full details. Cards free agency, I've liked it. Yeah, he's fast as hell for a tight end. It's just not very realistic. We don't, for the amount of, he's not going to be our starter, so it's not worth it. We have a good center. Right guard is definitely an issue for us, or guard in general. But we don't need to spend money on a guard. We can just look in free agency. If Christian Reeves ends up being our starter, we can live with that. Running back is definitely a position we're going to be looking at. But at the same time, like I said, I don't want to have to spend too much on a signing bonus or things like that because we don't know what the draft class holds in store yet. Jarek McKinnon is a decent route runner, or he's a terrible route runner. Carlos Hyde's back in free agency. He's not getting anything. Devonta Freeman's not fast enough. I'm probably going to skip the first round to see where everybody falls in terms of speed and in terms of that stuff, so I can just kind of look at that over. But I think the big contract is really for Martavis Bryant. Okay, so with that being said, guard definitely was a concern for us, but Trey Turner being the best guard in the sport, let me just show you the guard play. Guards are expensive. Not as expensive as other positions per se, but let's go guard. Guard. Average per year, Kelechi Osemele, so $8 million a year is probably the average. As that, and with inflation, that means it would have gone up by now. That's a lot of money. It's a little too much, a little too steep. John Urschel is definitely not going to want that little money. It's not realistic. So, La'el Collins, but at the same time, like I said, it's going to be very expensive. La'el Collins, good player, not fast enough. That's kind of weird. I don't like that. I want to see where contracts start falling. Gabe Jackson might be an interesting one. But I think we can actually safely draft somebody or just stick with Christian Reeves. I'm not ready to give up on Reeves. I do think we need to draft an offensive tackle, though. That's a big position. In terms of free agency, I don't think we need to be big spenders this time around. I'd like some depth, though. Derek Wolfe on the D-line would be too much. I'll be a starter. Roy Miller, what's his strength? 87. Cam Thomas. Ropati Patoa. Cam Thomas might be an interesting player to throw inside. 3-4 run stopper. Best free agency so far is easily the Raiders. Stephon Tuitt. Tuitt might not be a bad one to throw inside as a rotational guy. But he wants too much money. You know, I'm not big into spending in free agency anyway. I think it's more of a way of being a little bit safe, I guess. It's not the full-on approach of someone like Ted Thompson, but it's still pretty safe in that regard. D. Ford is a bad tackler, but he's a really good pass rusher. Kruger might be nice to have. For 2 years, Paul Kruger, $6 million. Cut down the signing bonus a little bit. Bump that up a little bit more. I think Kruger, just as an older player, put him as a rotational pass rusher would be good. After that, we don't particularly need... look at this. Janoris Jenkins all the way down here. Shocking. All right, so we got that kind of squared away. Let's see. So overall, our contract negotiation so far. Martavis Bryant, Paul Kruger, and Deontay Jackson. Those are 3 that we're going to start out with. I think we're going to advance the week. Shazier we don't need because we have 2 really good inside linebackers already, and we don't need to upgrade the position. So we're going to advance on to stage number 2. No, you haven't really missed anything big except for Bruce Miller not re-signing. That's probably the biggest thing. What players are entering their contract year? That's a good question. I don't know. Even if they were updated, Janoris Jenkins would be there. Okay, so we didn't sign anybody yet. But we're going to take a look, and I want to see myself where our salaries lie. Who's going into their contract year? So Bowman's in his contract year. Derwin Taylor, Tart, Wells, Janis, McManus, Williams, Armstead, Green, Petty. Yeah, so that's not a lot of players. We still got good years from a lot of our talent, but Bowman we're going to trade. What we're probably going to do is trade up. We're going to trade Bowman and maybe a 3rd-round pick to get into the mid-second. That's probably what we're going to do. We'll see. But we'll take a look at the scouting because this is where we start seeing the combine, right? This is the combine grades. Let's take a look at the players. You know, let's look at all the players that we have watched. All right? Start with Jamel Barclay. Good player. B+, B+, B. Actually, before I do that, I'm planning on getting a QB in the draft. A couple of QBs in the draft. Let's see any important draft stories. Okay. DeWitt Hairston, ROLB. Malcolm Hennings, LOLB. Case Gordon, LT. Okay, so those are the 3. No, broadcast is still going. Let's take a look at those 3 guys. Let's see, it was left tackle, who we're not going to get any information on, right? It was Case Gordon. Yeah, we're not going to see anything on him. Parker Patrick. Felix Grant, somebody we looked at. Strong, not bad. Gordon Jones. Okay. Nate Thornton. Who is the best? Good late 1st-round guy. Darryl Donaldson. Okay. He seems like he could be a pretty good right tackle. Not bad at all. Let's take a look at those quarterbacks. Sean Langford. 5.2. Awful combine. So he's extremely unathletic. That's not unexpected. Matt Kenny. He's even less athletic. How about Brady Johns? 4.54. Okay, so we got a real speedy guy on here. He's strong. He's fast. That was the best of quarterbacks, so that's interesting. Mac Truck Kenny got 10 bench press reps. Okay, so he wasn't great. Let's see running backs. Sandy Garner, no. 4.46. Jamon Alden, speed back. Definitely someone we're going to look into. 2nd-round player. Darius Harper, nah. Nope. 4.71. That's disgusting. Anybody else? Okay, not great. 4.49, but 4.49. Early 7th-round guy. Okay. Wide receivers. This is where things get a little bit interesting. Gordon Collins, not bad. Maven Duncan, 4.41, pretty good. Wardo Hicks, 4.38 at 6'4". Lamar Bryan, 4.35 at 5'11". Patrick Hill, 4.54. Dale Austin, 4.49, 6'2". That's a good player. There he is. Jamon Mason, 4.32. That's a 96 speed. That's crazy. Good vert, good shuttle. Someone we'll look into. Might want to have him as a 4th wide receiver. 4.54 equals an 88 speed. Yeah, that's great. So Trevon Ivory's 4.6. What was it? Jamal Alden. 4.46. That is a 90 speed, I think. So that's interesting. Let's take a look at corners. Oh, yeah. A Davian Moody. 4.57. That's slow. Sean Lee. Slow. Pony Small. Slow. Maxwell. Ooh. Wow, no fast corners. I mean, there are fast corners. They're just not very good. Anyone lower? Chris Patrick? Interesting. DJ Cole? No. This is a bad corner class. Definitely need to sign somebody. Can't go through the draft with this. Not good enough players. He's not good. We could take a look at him. Maybe someone that we want to go after as a speedster. You know, a kick returner. Najee Simon, 4.68. Okay, not bad. Logan Lucas, 4.63. Coming off the edge. Kamel Butler, 4.68. Okay. Ravon Lucas, 4.63. Callum Brandon, 4.57. 4.46 actually 91 speed. Thank you. I did not remember that off the top of my head. Okay, DeWitt Hairston. DeWitt Hairston. Wait, sorry. Malcolm Hennings. Malcolm Hennings. I don't see Malcolm Hennings. Okay. DeWitt Hairston was another player that was labeled DTs. Let's see who's the strong ones. 39 bench press reps. That's crazy. Strongest player. Because we want a strong DT. If we're going to get a nose tackle, we want someone with power. Ben Doyle. That's a DT right there. That's a guy we're drafting. Absolutely drafting him. That's a lot of bench press reps. Good player. Okay. Let's see. AJ Locke, 4.82. 4.68. .465 is the best coming off the edge. Ron Peters, very bad. Okay. Right tackle. Jamal Barclay. Not that good in terms of all those things, but still pretty good. Zone blocking. Good pass. Good whatever. Oh yeah, it was the left tackles we wanted to look at, right? Felix Grant. Definitely maintained his stock. Definitely someone who we could utilize. Strong player. Darryl Donaldson. Not as good. Courtney Marsh. Crisp. Marcus Patrick. Not bad. Zach Johnson. Good impact. Below average, everything else. That would be more of a project guy. I think Felix Grant still holds that spot. Rakeem Coley. Really, really slow. He might be a good tackle, actually. That could be a pretty good tackle. Right tackle. Connor Martin. Okay. Strong, fast. Not a great player, but not bad. Casey Carter. Not great. Look at centers. Matt Evans. Wes Schuler. That's another good player. Anybody else? Right guard, Nick Duncan. Not bad. Malcolm Wright. Not bad either. Okay, so this is already a very interesting class. Four 9, 501, 485. Okay, then. So fullbacks aren't that good. There are plenty of DTs. Ben Doyle's a pretty good player, looks like. Shaquille Brown, maybe. Okay, so here are our draft picks. 2 firsts, 3 thirds, a fourth, 2 fifths, and a seventh. I like the direction we're going. And that's pretty much looking at all the players through the combine and all that whatnot. For X player, I didn't see X player. Trade for X player. You're just, yeah. You guys are messing with me. I missed it. I was too busy focusing. I don't get it. Let's see where league signings go. Terrence Williams signed, David Johnson, Duke Williams, Mike Muhammad. Okay, so nothing too great, no one particularly great. I mean, Terrence Williams is a good player. Signed a pretty good deal. We're the only team bidding on Martavis Bryant and Kruger. We're fighting for Deontay Jackson here. What do you guys think? Should we go after Lamar Miller? I feel like Miller's probably the best player that we could look at. Jerick McKinnon's another pretty good one. And Dunbar's a possibility. I'm not trading for Gronk. Not happening. Okay, don't need Miller. McKinnon, what do you guys think about Jerick McKinnon, having him compete for a roster spot? He's 26. He is a good 3-down back, but I'm looking for someone who can just kind of benefit, be a nice compliment to him when he comes out. I feel like McKinnon might be the speed guy that we need. Not going to offer him a 5-year deal. If we're going to do that, we're going to offer him that. Cut down the bonus a little bit, and we'll give him a little bit higher base. So we can actually cut him if we draft somebody. Give him maybe $300,000, $350,000. For 2 years, we'll give him... That's a pretty reasonable deal for 2 years. I don't know. That's just my thinking. Yeah, he won't get open out of the backfield. You guys... That 39 route running is the only thing that's holding me back from being more definitive with him. Nah, I'm not going to do it. We can go running back, I guess. Or we could just wait it out a little bit and sign someone in free agency after the draft. Oh, no, we're going to keep TJ Clemmings. We'll just probably make him the backup. Not looking for a quarterback through free agency. They're just too expensive. La'el Collins, Xavier Suafalo. There's really not a lot of positions that we particularly need. So we're going to have to go after a corner, though. That's a position that we're definitely going to go after. It doesn't need to be a top-end guy, just someone who we can throw in as a... Brandon Boykin's not a bad fit. I'd like Boykin as a fourth corner. I like that. I like that deal. It's a good signing. And just someone who you can throw in as a fourth corner, because we'd like the way I'd like to do it is this. We have Tyler Gordon, we have JT Ogletree, and we have Darius Motes. I'd like, for all intents and purposes, to have Tyler Gordon be our nickel, and then have a fourth corner that we can rely on. I think that'd be a good nickel competition. I don't think either of them are going to get any higher than that in the depth, because Ogletree and Motes are really good. I feel like bringing Boykin back to his normal would be fantastic. But we do need a free safety. That's a position I actually didn't look at. No, we did not release Bryce Petty, and I don't think we're going to. I'm not going to sign Trey Walker. May he rest in peace. I'm not going to do that. Free safety we didn't look at. Sean McKay. Ooh. Heath Jackson. 30 bench press reps? Okay, I want you to just look at this for a minute, all right? Sean McKay, bench press reps, 11. First for free safeties. Heath Jackson, 30 bench press reps. 30 bench press reps. That's just terrifying. Like, this dude's a combine warrior. I'd love him. I'm not going to draft him if he's too high, but that's insane. I can't scout the rest just yet. I'll do that next time. But he would be a guy who would fill a role of Jaquiski Tart, and he'd be a backup, because we don't have a backup free safety at the moment. That's another thing. What we actually could do is this, because there's not a lot of first-round guys that I'm looking into. We could... I just want to show you the free safeties that we have and all of that stuff. So, or the offensive lineman. We're looking at Rakeem Coley, who is a fourth-round projected guy. We're looking at Felix Grant, who is second. We're looking at, what was it, Courtney Marsh? No, it was Darryl Donaldson? Maybe. Nick Duncan, maybe. And definitely Jamel Barclay. And yeah, so, we're looking at offensive linemen throughout this draft who are a little bit lower. Oh, Brennan Hopkins was another guy I was looking at. Not bad. So 84 strength for a strong safety is just utterly ridiculous. So I'd like to be able to do that. There's not a lot of players, like I said, at the top of this draft who I'm looking into. Jamon Alden might be somebody who we would look after, but we could always trade down that first pick and go from there. Matt Kenny is a projected early third rounder, so we're going to get into the second round. But, yeah. No problem, Josh. Yeah, Brennan Hopkins is good. So, let me... what I want to do is this. I want to trade Navarro Bowman. I want to get a second-round pick value out of Navarro Bowman and a swap of a later round pick. So we're going to look for teams that need a middle linebacker. The Bears are one of them, for sure. Saints are another. They only have 24 players on roster. That's crazy. Second-round pick for Navarro Bowman. They need more value. Okay. And I'll throw in a fifth. We'll see. Okay. So Navarro Bowman and a fifth for a second-round pick. That's a good trade. We're going to move Fleener probably to move up in a round. So let me show you where we are in terms of that third round. Pick 73. We can take that. And we can take Fleener. And we can move up somewhere, I'm assuming. We don't need to move up too much. Let's see how much value Fleener has. Well, let's see what the Chiefs. Okay, that's not enough. They don't have the draft picks. Okay. That's a little high, isn't it? Yeah, we can try it. Okay, a little too high. 44 is a bit too steep. 56 could work. They don't need a tight end. Team's looking for a tight end. The Jets. 57 would work. There we go. All right, so we move Fleener, and that gives us the opportunity to now go after a tight end. We didn't look at tight ends, actually, which is another thing that I forgot to do. Draft picks are valuable. They're just a little weird. Oh, yeah, I didn't look at any of these guys. Ooh. Javier Norwood. 4.63. Interesting. Jabari Bryant. Who is the strongest? Someone at the bottom, eh? I'm gonna guess it's Terrell Steed. Oh no, Andy Manley. Okay. So we can look at tight ends next time around. We can also sign a free agent. I mean, we have Terrence Harper, which I know not too many people are too fond of him per se, but we can go lower, look at some of these players. Crockett Gilmore, no. Pitta, maybe. Oh, he's too slow. Wow, 69 speed? What happened to him? Chris Gregg. Tim Wright? No. Michael Kendrick? No. Gary Barnidge? No one I particularly like. I'd be okay rocking it with the guys I have. How good is Dundreckus Smith? He's good. He just didn't play much. I'll show you, because I want to see what he's doing right now. Dundreckus Smith. 79 overall. 93 tackling, 87 speed. Good pursuit. Good coverages, good player. I like him. I do. We could go after Trey Turner, but his impact blocking is just terrible. Well, we're going after a fullback currently. So these are the four players we're looking at. We're going to go after one more. Alvin Bailey is really expensive. Doesn't have good impact. Doesn't have good impact. Does Collins have good impact? He does. We'll go after La'el Collins. How about that? Collins is not going to want the same amount of money that Trey Turner would, but he could be a better player for us. No, I don't want to go after Verrett. He's too good of a player. You know what? Let me see guard play. So what did I say? $6 million a year. $6 million a year for La'el Collins. It's pretty fair. 24. Give him a real signing bonus. $30 million over 4 years. That's total value. Never mind. 30 mil over 5 years. 7 mil. I think that's pretty fair. We'll go after La'el Collins. basically what you want to do, Naiko, is go to the tab at the top, go to View All Rooms, and you're going to want to go to Pending Invitations. That's how you get in there. So those are the guys that we're looking at. I think La'el Collins is a good player for us. I like the direction that we're going at right now. Gabe Jackson was fine, but I don't know. I think Collins is probably a bit better. Before I say him, I'll do that. Yeah, Nate Hill's gotten better, for sure. Let me see, Gabe Jackson. No, his impact blocking is just awful, and he's slow. Justin Britt, slow as well. We didn't get anybody yet. Nobody signed with us yet. No one really signed in general. So we're going to advance the week. We'll see if we can get La'el Collins. What's going on, is Elgin? And what is going on, McDonald? Nate Hill's overall is technically like an 81. Okay, so we got everybody, basically. Only person we didn't sign so far is the fullback. We got Boykin, Kruger, Collins, Martavis. Okay, so that's good. That's fantastic. I'm going to save it right now. Martavis Bryant's going to be lining up wide for us. No, Teron Armstead, I think, is a 99 overall. Yeah, I've had a great day. Hunter, how have you been? Yeah, that's great signing all those guys. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at those tight ends real quick. Yeah, you just missed something pretty big just happening right here. Tight ends. He's not that good. Jabari Bryant's better. A lot better. No. Not even going to bother with him. We're going to be going a while. We have a lot of stages. If you're new to the stream, go take a look at the panel down below. Under the Madden thing, I outline everything that we do for this type of stream. So now we did that. Let me see if there's anybody else who... Yeah, I won't forget the strong safety either. Dumb as rocks. Angel Johnson. Low IQ. Nice. Number 68, Angel Johnson. Yeah, I'll look at the strong safety. I did not trade Charles Johnson. I don't know if I'm going to. I might keep him around as a fourth wide receiver. Okay, Heath Jackson. Okay, that's a legitimate player. Z-zone, C plus zone coverage, C plus pursuit. I think Heath Jackson will be a really good player for us. So yeah, we have 1, 1, 6, 25, 10, 27, 27, 21, 27. Okay, so that balances out things a little bit better. 6 picks in the first 3 rounds. Code Rust, you just missed signings. I'll show you in a second. Okay, so let's go back to those. Let me look for that guy, Angel Johnson. Kind of curious what... Apparently he's dumb as rocks. I don't know what position he is, though. Angel Johnson. He looked like a bigger guy. Angel Johnson. Okay. Dumb as rocks. 39 bench press reps. So he's a pass rusher on the interior. Ben Doyle's probably better, but yeah. What's going on, Shadow Lord? No, YouTube has not responded to me at all. It's frustrating for sure. Okay. We need to start looking at some later round guys. So late round running backs that I could be interested in. Morgan Hickson, not bad. Okay. Anthony Thomas. Could be somebody. Late round wide receivers. Oh yeah, Jamon Mason. That was the 4-3-2 guy. He might be worth it. Biami. Let's see. Anybody else lower? Worth it? Probably not. Okay, so that was that. And now we're going to... we don't need to draft an inside linebacker because we have Juwan Carey and we have Eric Reed. So let's take a look at players who signed around the league. Ricky Wagner signed with the Dolphins. Manti Te'o with the Cardinals. Gilbert with the Cowboys. Not a lot of really good players signing. Ooh, Senquez Golson. I didn't even know that he was available. I would have gone after Golson. Yeah, I probably would have gone after him. I like him. So we need to up the amount to Deontay Jackson a little bit. $2 million for 2 years. Why not? An available player. So teams are looking into everybody. It seems like it's a one-trick race for most of these guys. I don't like this. This is something that I'm definitely going to be talking about when I have an opportunity to, if I can talk to the developers. These guys should all be signed by now. By stage 3, they should all be signed, basically. Goff or Wentz, I prefer Carson Wentz. Yeah, I mean, that's the way it looks at the moment. You know, these guys should all be signed. They shouldn't be free agents. So many of these guys free agents at this point. There's Dre Kirkpatrick getting in on a contract. Middle linebacker, we're going to look at someone lower, someone who can just be a good player for us. Brinkley's not fast enough. Don't like Cam Robinson. Sean Weatherspoon's a potential. Chris Kirksey. I like Christian Kirksey. Give him a 2-year deal. I'll try it out. And here's the terrible, terrible James Laurinaitis, who used to be a good player and is awful now. Yeah, James Laurinaitis is terrible. It's really quite sad. Used to be a good player. Who can we have to compete for that second role? I don't think anybody of these guys are going to be able to compete. So, I don't think it's worth it. I mean, Brandon Bostic maybe, but nah. Hausler, no. Stalker, no. Toilolo, no. Jay Samaro. We'll offer him a very small contract. 1-year deal. $300K, yeah. We'll offer him that. We'll see what he does. Any other negotiations that we have? Kirksey, Jackson. I think we're good. Shazier just wouldn't get enough touch. I want to have Carey and Reed on the field more. They're both really good. Yeah. And also, we run enough sets that Jaquiski Tart is someone who plays in the box a lot. So, Winston's better than Mariota. Yeah, I'm going to make Nate's contract ridiculous when I have to re-sign him. But we're going to advance on. I think we're good. And yes, I did hear about Trey Walker. Okay, so we're keeping it realistic. Like I said, I always try to. What we're going to do here is, as you can see, we're advancing on to the next week. Yes, La'el Collins did sign. I'll show you guys all of that in a second. Yeah, we're kind of giving up on Christian Reeves. Amaro signed, Kirksey signed, and Jackson signed. So we actually steal Jace Amaro away from the Giants, and that's fantastic. That's really great. I think we have a pretty good group of players. La'el Collins, we're going to flip over to to right guard. We'll do that right now. La'el Collins. Doxson's much better than Treadwell, in my opinion. Flip him over to right guard. See where he stands now at right guard. 88 overall, better than Reeves. Okay. Yeah, so Kirksey's now here just as some depth. Kruger, Dallas Austin, we have depth there. We'll probably draft an outside backer. Maybe draft another corner, Boykin. Yeah, maybe another corner we'll need. And then we have McNeal and Tart. And at wide receiver, Martavis Bryant, Kris Arnold, Nate Hill, Charles Johnson, Jeff Janis, Rashad Green. Johnson's probably not going to be sticking around. We'll see. Nate Hill's overall is bullshit. So, I mean, look at these stats. These are really good stats. I don't get why they would be that low. I guess probably his acceleration is like the only thing, maybe awareness too. But it's bullshit. I'm going to pay him properly. Don't worry. I'm not going to worry about numbers right now. And there's Jace Amaro. He'll be able to compete with, for sure, he'll be able to compete with Terrence Harper for that number 2 spot. He's a better player at the moment, but he also has much more experience. So we'll see. Either way, I'm not going to take time away from Dallas Austin. Can Reeves be a right tackle? He's not a good enough pass blocker. So, yeah, and I did hear about Trey Walker. Trust me, I stay up to date on these things. I hear about all of it. Hey, Taylor Justice. Slow player, but not bad. Oh yeah, the wide receivers, I wanted to scout some of those guys a little bit lower. Those later round players. 6th round guys. Okay. Man, Brady Johns will be so cool. I'm excited for this draft. I'm really excited. Corners, yeah, we'll see if there's anybody worth our while later in the draft. Not that I see, no. Outside backers. Najee Simon was somebody. Kamel Butler is a good player. Sean Russell? No. DeMarcus Russell. Okay. Okay, let me write down some of the names of players that I want to draft. We'll go to the overall look. We'll go to that overall view, and I'll kind of take a look at just some of the players and write down some names. Because there are definitely guys who I want to bring on. And, okay, so let's start off with... okay, so Davian Moody is too slow, so I'm going to uncheck him. DeWitt Hairston, no. Okay, Heath Jackson. Absolutely. Mac Kenny. Jamon Mason. Ben Doyle. Najee Simon, ROLB, 4. Brady Johns, 5. Okay. An offensive lineman. Do I go Barclay early, or do I wait it out a little bit? What do you guys think? Do you think I should go... Oh, it was left tackle, not right tackle. What am I doing? Ooh, Case Gordon. Oh yeah, now guys like that are going to be coming up. Case Gordon, interesting player. Case Gordon might be a good one. Oh yeah, so there are a few guys who missed the combine that I have to look at right now, or who were out for the season or whatever. I don't want to miss them because I don't have them bookmarked, because by the time they would show up, they were not whatchamacallit. They were not drafted. They were not combine eligible, so I couldn't look at their stuff. So, okay. Felix Grant, definitely someone who's interesting. Sean McKay, Trevon Ivory, Sean Langford, Shaquille Brown. Oh yeah, Shaquille Brown. Another guy later in the draft. Felix Grant, AJ Locke. Okay, that was most of them. Anybody else that I'm missing? I don't think so. Felix Grant, Camille Butler. Because I don't do a good job of transferring these. Yes, I'm still interested in Heath Jackson. Wrong franchise. Okay, that's all of them, I think. All right. Okay, so I mean, that's pretty much everything that I could look for. Anybody else worth scouting? Probably not. I think we're pretty good. So what I'm going to do here is I promised myself that I was going to briefly just end the stream and separate it real quick, but I don't think I have to do, just in case. I'm going to end it and restart it. It'll be like a minute delay that you guys will be gone, just because of the simple fact that I'm going to be for editing purposes. For editing purposes, I'd like to be able to look at that. They put a guy on the block. Wasn't he the quarterback backing up Russell Wilson? LeJean Duncan. He's not bad. Okay, you know what? No, I'm just gonna do the old stop record and restart record thing for Twitch.